What's up, friends? This is Manni, and welcome to the top 5 most forbidden setups in War Robots. Showing you the things that I hope I will never see you run on the battlefield, but as a content creator, it is my job also to show you the broken and most overpowered things, and that is what we're gonna do here in this video. Typically, I wouldn't really want to run these things myself because it's really not a challenging game when you play this. It's a competitive multiplayer shooter, and the environment should be somewhat fair, but that is an ideal that we cannot find in War Robots or many of the mobile gaming industry, unfortunately. And this is a video of proof of that, okay? So, the first one is the Invader, ladies and gentlemen, the ultimate Invader with Damper and Tamer as a weapon category. Hold on, I think it's just Damper now, because the ultimate Invader actually has 3 medium weapon slots, if I'm not mistaken, yeah. And that is an Ohokochi over there that I was waiting for to kill, and I got him. That is the most powerful robot in the game. Well, not really, because I've recently shown you in another video what really is the most broken setup right now. If you haven't seen it, in the top right corner here, check it out. And yeah, so Ohokochi, not really much of a chance, although I guess against an Invader, the Ohokochi probably still is a bit better overall, but it depends. You can win against it with this ultimate Invader, especially with these weapons. Now, we're jumping in with these, and just dropping an entire Ophion in a single salvo. Unloading our weapon once in 3 seconds, a full Ophion dies. Because, well, we're running these new weapons, and that's just what they do. Now, we're taking a lot of damage here. I guess I'm gonna be, maybe phase shifting. Yep, phase shift is out. And jumping in. He's shield breaking for some reason. Did I have a shield? Maybe I had the battleship running, I'm not sure. But yeah, so capturing the beacon, we have 1,000,000 HP, by the way. The entire team is throwing at me whatever they can throw, and there's just nothing they can do. Everybody just instantly dies, because these weapons that we're running here are literally that broken. They just instantly delete anything in the game, and I've made an entire video dedicated to that topic where I ask people to just stop buying stuff, because unfortunately, there will be a nerf coming for this weapon, and we all know it, because it's too broken. And this video here, ladies and gents, is the top 5 of the most broken setups. Not just the weapons, but an entire setup, including the robots. So, we're shooting that Crisis, forcing him into an ability activation and into action, because he wanted to stay stealth, but I can just shoot him by firing into his general direction. Meanwhile, I accumulated 1.1 million HP, because why not, right? I can do that. I'm a freaking ultimate Invader, and with a battleship and the Kestrel drone, that is still my favorite drone. The new Pascal drone is in the game now. That adds more damage output to your robot, but in terms of staying alive, the Kestrel is really the thing. The heal back after kill, the gray HP restore, it makes this the best drone in the game, and it also increases your damage output a little bit. Sorry. So, Scorpion jumps on me. I'm taking a bit of damage, but nothing really too much. Then I'm getting lifted by a Newton Titan, and that Newton Titan has to understand now that there's nothing he can do. My health, and I'm not even having full stacks. Left to the left, you see 55 stacks. I'm not even fully stacked on the repair amplifiers yet, and once that happens, that is gonna be absolutely nuts. We will no longer take any damage whatsoever, pretty much, right? So, here comes an enemy Rook, and he realizes now that he is facing probably the strongest Titan he has seen in a long time. That little spider. And he just bails, man. He just books it. He fires at me for 2 seconds, and he notices that there is 0 damage he's done, and then he's trying to book it, man. And I understand you, my friend. I wouldn't want to fire at that spider either. Meanwhile, we have reached, oh no, 55. Yeah, it seems like we're maxed out on the new on the repair amps, and I don't know why it says 55. Isn't it normally 60? But yeah, so no more damage coming in. Our resistance is now unmitigatable. Nobody can bypass it anymore, not even Titan weapons. And also we get, while we jump, and for a time after, we get increased resistance too, right? So after the jump, during the jump, we're pretty much invincible now with those repair amps. And I can just spawn raid the enemy base, 0 problems, no matter how many Titans they spawn or whatever. There's nothing that can go wrong. The only thing that can get me killed is the Abyss. Instant kill. Alright, so let's hop into the number 4. Of course, this is a reverse. We're starting with number 5, the Invader, and now number 4 is the Dagon. And you might be surprised to hear that the Dagon robot actually gets place number 4. Because the Dagon is, well, the second newest robot in the game, but somehow it's place 4 in this ranking. Huh. Isn't that a little odd? Well, that is true, because the Dagon is a little less game-breaking than the Ohokochi is that came before it. And the Dagon is can be killed very quickly by shield breaking him. However, the Dagon still needs to be in this list because the amount of firepower he's bringing with these 6 weapons, especially when you combine Trickster and Tamer on it, is absolutely out of control. You can instantly delete even Titans, and you're gonna see that here in just a moment. So, while I get my cappuccino ready to enjoy here, let's corner shoot a little bit and see what we can do. There's an enemy, I think Harpy or Siren up in the air. It's a little difficult to tell sometimes, but I also have the corrosion weapons on it too. So even if I don't kill him immediately, I'm adding corrosion to them, and he's gonna die soon after. Now you see I'm playing a bit careful here because I noticed that the enemy is also playing very careful with the Ohokochi behind that force field. And that's a bit of a problem. And also that Ohokochi has just proven to me that he's got shield break. Got the kill with a dot effect. So that Ohokochi is a real enemy for me. I have to be careful. Powerful robot with shield break on top and the new weapons as well. So I have to be extremely careful here. And now that he's busy doing something else, I use that as my moment to engage with the number 4th most forbidden setup in War Robots. Coming up here, look at this Titan. Look at him. And he lost like 30% in that one salvo, and I have to tell you, I'm using 2 Tricksters here. So we're running 2 of those weapons that do no damage directly. They only barely do any damage, but add corrosion to the enemy, right? So, and this is what we're doing right now. I believe that this Ohokochi might die from the corrosion I just added to him. Maybe. Is he? Let's see. Come on, dude. Come on. Ah! He's not coming out just yet, but now he's gonna die. Boom. Kill. Nice. And of course, we're oh, by the way, I'm not even running the Kestrel drone. We have the Armadillo drone here. So we're ramping up more and more resistance per kill. So eventually it becomes extremely difficult, even impossible to kill me. That's a shield breaking Ophion. It's the same player that he had the Ohokochi before. He has apparently shield break on all of his robots. It's a good choice because there are a lot of robots with shields. But I'm not gonna give him another ability to flight. Ah, dang, I thought I wasn't going to, but he regenerated that ability quicker than I thought. And of course he's running shield break immediately again. 100% focused on killing this robot here. That is his goal. You can see his robot is built for that, with the shield break and so on. But he just got killed because his landing was not very optimal. He was trying to escape from me, landed somewhere where somebody else could easily kill him. So I'm not have to worry about him. Map awareness also means following who dies down below, right? Understanding who just got killed, what you no longer has to worry about, and so on. And here is an Ophion in front of me. And what is that? It's a stalker. Okay, killing this thing, and now I have a phase shift ready that I can use as soon as I need to. But so far things are going well. And okay, I think now it's time for the phase shift. Yep. Another Ohokochi is coming in with the sonic weapons. And I'm stuck at the wall, unfortunately, because of the constant pushback from the Ohokochi. But thankfully, the dot effect and the damage output were able to clear away the Ohokochi. Okay, 27-8. We're heavily in the lead, and you saw that I was getting heavily attacked by these sonic weapons. And normally I should have died from these. The reason I didn't die, it's again him. It's him again with the shield break. Dude, he got shield break on every robot, man. It's a nightmare for this robot. His hangar is an absolute nightmare for me. But look how fast the Aether Titan got killed. As soon as we broke through the initial resistance, the rest of that Aether was pretty much an instant kill. It is absolutely insane, man. Yeah, so that setup is definitely broken and very forbidden when it comes to these new weapons mounted to them. And I would even go with 5 Tamers and only 1 Trickster, or perhaps even just 6 Tamers with maximum damage output. Now, number 3 might surprise you, ladies and gents. It's the Lynx. Now that the 9.6 update has arrived, the Lynx can also now equip these ridiculously overpowered new weapons with the Subduer that just arrived. And that boosts the Lynx up to spot 3 in this ranking of the most powerful, most broken, and most forbidden setups in War Robots. And I'll prove it to you in this video, ladies and gentlemen. A well-played Lynx cannot be killed. When you play this thing with the phase shift, with the battleship shield from the Paladin battleship, and then using the stealth together in nice rotation, also having the added stealth coming in with Clever Survivor and so on, there is nothing you can do about this setup. The movement is very fluid, very fast, okay? It's a very quick robot. You always have the ability to get back in cover before things are going bad for you. And if you don't, you always have stealth and phase shift and the battleship. The combination out of these things makes this one of the most broken setups in the game by far. And the Subduer is the reason why this setup is now on place 3. Without Subduer, maybe with Brisant shotguns, maybe I would place it 5, if at all. Maybe it wouldn't even land in this ranking anymore, but now that the Subduer is here, we're here. That is it. I can kill him with Execute through his stealth, last stand I mean, and then phase shift through the enemy stealth here. Of course, we're running also the most powerful modules now here with the active module phase shift, constantly using power cells. It's an expensive playstyle too, but when it comes to the most broken thing, we're running everything that can be run, and the reason or the result is complete destruction of War Robot's health and fairness. There's no fairness anymore with this setup. Look, that was a crisis. 1 second. He had no time to react to this. He's immediately killed completely. Phase shifting through these 2 guys' stealth ability. Then I have a battleship shield that I could use. I'm not even doing it because I don't need to. Also, by the way, I'm not even running the Kestrel drone. I'm not running the Kestrel drone to get even more, damage output or to get even more health per kill. I'm running the Shade drone for a second last stand. But you can run the Kestrel drone. It's probably going to be even better of a setup. Or perhaps the Pascal drone that just arrived in the game that will give you more and more damage output. I would imagine that the Lynx will run extremely well with the Pascal drone, because most of the time you're in stealth, so you're not really getting shot back by somebody, and you're going to be able to do more damage with the Pascal than you can do with any other drone. But with these weapons, really doing not enough damage isn't really a problem. They just bring way too much of it. So much even that a robot that probably would not necessarily appear now in this ranking, especially against the other versions of its own weapon category, is now suddenly in the list just because these weapons arrived. It literally catapulted the Lynx up into the best robots, even in the top 3. And you can see it here. There's nothing they can do. There is nothing they can do. I'm only activating my stealth when I really need it. I'm not running around in stealth just because I have it ready. Like many people do that. They are in a situation where they consider themselves in danger, and they just keep using the ability because they don't even want to allow anybody to open fire. But running it smart means running it the way you need to respond to every action. And if somebody's not shooting you, why would you waste your stealth ability, right? And that means playing the robot to the fullest and maximum of your ability, or of its ability actually, to put the most out of it. In this case, I activated the stealth. I did not want to get hit by Fulgur Tonans here, and this way I was able to cross the distance, get behind him, and kind of allow him to shoot something else. Then I'm phase shifting through his next shot. Even though I'm having a Scorpion behind me, I shift my focus over to the Scorpion, drop him, of course, in half a salvo, because that's what 2 weapons do, right? They instantly delete a robot in half a salvo. Then we have the next stealth ready. Then after the stealth, you know what we have then ready? That's right, the battleship shield of 305,000 durability. And then we even get shot away by Rook Titan, I believe. He just shot us away. And I will just keep shooting whatever I can get my hands on. In that case, it's in Heimdall. And yeah, I'm getting shot at, but I'm not blinded yet. But now I am. But it's okay, because I have to reload anyway. So I might as well just reload, being blinded. It's fine. Dropping the Mars, and then... okay, my ability was not ready. I could not execute him, but I could have done it if the ability would have been there. And you see battleship ready, phase shift ready, stealth ready. Nothing that can go wrong. Nothing. There's nothing that can kill me. Also, the Lynx has a built-in force field that prevents taking damage initially for the first 100,000 or 80,000 damage. So another thing that really keeps this thing in the game and makes it so relevant, together with its mobility, now the firepower from these two heavy weapons. And yeah, and the execute too. How often I execute Ohokochis at 30%, it's insane. They would have such a strong match, they could maybe even heal back to 60%, but I activate, boom, instant death. Let's see if we can execute him. Pew! There we go. That was the rest of that lucha. Now, number 2, ladies and gentlemen, is the Ohokochi. Yeah, it's not another robot that I'm not going to sell yet. It's the Ohokochi. You may have thought that the Ohokochi needs to end up on number 1. Nuh-uh. If you have watched my recent video where I shown you what I've linked to you in the top right, the most powerful setup by far in the game, then you know it's not the Ohokochi. It is the second most powerful robot. Simply because it can take damage unless number 1. So I'll be showing you this in a moment, and although we're spawning already with like 600,000-700,000 HP, this is not actually the most broken thing, and that is hard to believe when you're seeing what I'm about to show you here, right? We're just gonna spawn raid the enemy team until the match is over, and that we do with just a single robot, and somehow that is not the number 1 most powerful setup. How is that possible, huh? Unbelievable. But it is true. Here's the Dagon robot, the number 3. Wait, number 4. Dagon was number 4, that's right. And you saw why it's only number 4. You just saw what I did with him. I dropped him in a single salvo. And the Dagon was gone. In one hit, pretty much. And that could never have happened with a Lynx, because the Lynx would have had the stealth ability ready to do something. Or I would have phase shifted or something, you know? Oh, well, technically, I guess the Ophion could have phase shifted too, but he didn't. Maybe he was running a different module. The Ares, of course, I remember that he lost his stealth, his shield, so he was a free kill for me afterwards. Here's a Mars robot that gets down to last stand, of course, plus his entire Mars shield, all in a single salvo. Then I don't even need to look at him because the dot effect took care of the rest of him, which I knew was going to happen. Because I have a single trickster on it, that means people just die, even if I don't look at them. That Ophion just had his flight ability, so let's just end him here. Pop, there we go. The enemy has even crisis robots and titans and everything. Ophions, everything is here. Rooks are spawning in, and I'm just gonna keep extending my Living Legends streak indefinitely. With the shield now popping in from the Paladin battleship. And you know what I'm gonna do? I realized 3 Titans is a bit inconvenient for me. I just press the ability button and I'm in absolute 100% safety with more than 1 million HP. Another reason why the Ohokochi is such a broken thing is because of this ridiculous mobility it has. It's like the most tanky robot in the game. Yes, somehow it is the most mobile robot in the game. How do you combine these two things? This is not combinable. Any game balancing 101 will tell you you can't combine most tanky with fastest. It's just not a thing. Pixonic does that, of course. And it's only temporarily so fast, but the cooldown is so short that you can use it all the time. And with that, you can get yourself out of harm's way whenever you want to. And here that Newton is not a problem at all. It's just the most powerful and most broken Titan in the game, right? Yeah. Not a problem. Here was another top 4 robot, the Dagon, spawned in instant death. May not have been a fully maxed one, or may have been actually maxed, because of course we're running nuclear amplifiers fully stacked to the maximum, and that means we're doing like 70% more damage or something like this, just from a single passive module. So let's fight some titans, shall we? There's a luchador and there is a rook titan, and I know that I can kill them, because when I shoot them with these weapons, I also prevent their healing. They are no longer able to restore any health, and so they eventually go down. The way overkill amount of damage output together with this. Now, I'm dodging some of his rockets. I'm not even using my ability here. I don't need to. Because I have all the immune amplifiers and so on. So he's not even bypassing resistance anymore, nothing. He's not really doing any significant amount of damage to me. He did 300,000-400,000, but when you have 1,000,000 HP, doesn't mean anything. I could have used my ability and he would not have done any damage to me, right? And I would have even broken through his physical shields more easily, but you never know what comes next, so I saved the ability. Alright, and number one, ladies and gents, you should know it if you watched the other video, is the Ophion with the Subduer. No, sorry, the heavy weapon is Subduer with the Damper. The Damper Ophion. And let me just show you one sequence of absolute domination with this thing, where I spawn raid, again, the whole enemy team, and yeah, basically end it. Now, that Ohokochi there, I remembered him from before that he had his ability used, so I'm focusing him now that his ability is gone. Could only do it to last stand, but it's okay. With my phase shift, I know I can even attack this stealthed Lynx right here. And his stealth was used before. I don't know why he used it. He did not have to, because I could not have fired at him before. Maybe he didn't know that. Now let's finish the Ohokochi over there, because this guy is a meta hanger player, and I need to save my team from him. And so we're just gonna do that real quick. It's only the second placed most powerful forbidden setup, so my first position robot here has no problem dealing with it. If he would come up in a one-on-one against me, I would kill him 5 times over. He can bring 5 Ohokochis and I will kill all 5 of his Ohokochis, zero problem. He would have to really, I would have to be very bad and making a very bad landing to open up for getting killed. This Ophion is literally that broken. So let's come in. Activate the Ophion shield. Somebody's shield breaking me, but it's okay because I'm even tanky as heck with this Ophion for some weird reason. And there is an enemy Ophion that is trying to get into another shield. Can I prevent that? Yep, got him before he got the next shield. Okay, good. Next guy here. Coming. I'm actually behind the enemy spawn for a moment. This guy is not shield breaking, so I can actually activate my shield and be safe. Dropping that guy. Dropping this thing. And then whatever this is. And look how much damage even just the built-in weapon does. And it's an Ohokochi that just spawned in. I drop in the meantime something else that is 500 meters away, because these weapons shoot this far, this accurately, and this deadly. Now comes an Erebus with a full shield. I'm phase shifting through his blackout, because I did not want to risk getting blackouted in a moment where I need my shield, because I wanted to drop that Ohokochi down there, and I believe his ability was on cooldown, so it was a matter of delicate timing, and I could not afford a 5-second blackout in between. So that phase shift was important here. Playing strategically sometimes requires even without, like, not even avoiding damage with the phase shift. Just using it to avoid a blackout can sometimes be very useful. Now, of course, I just stalled the time with the phase shift through the ability of the Ohokochi, and now see what I can do with number 2 of the most broken forbidden setups. Now, I'm not sure what weapon setups he was using, but he didn't really stand a chance. And here comes another one with the brisant category of weapons. I can phase shift now, but I wanted to... yeah, I realized I don't really need to do it at first. And now we're doing it again. Phase shifting. He's using his ability. I don't need to shoot him now. I wouldn't be able to kill the Ohokochi in this moment. Instead, I go for a second for the enemy Newton. Return back. Add battleship shield for me here, where to block the entire salvo of the Newton. And after the battleship shield, despite another Ophion coming in, we're just gonna land here in safety, activate the next shield, and just delete that entire Mutant Titan. First, I just decide to end the Ophion because he has a very quick cooldown. I don't want him to fly at me again, and I know I can take on the Mutant even if I don't shoot him now. There's no problem. Phase shifting through the next shot of his pop, and it always works like a charm. Although he held some of his weapon firepower. Now I'm suppressed and I'm gonna get blinded too. Unfortunately, I got blinded right before I activated my shield. That was very much bad luck. But as you can see, I can free myself from the Newton choke with the flight ability of the Ophion, then get myself in cover, drop the Newton easily, and then keep ruining the enemy spawn even more and more and more. And nobody has a chance. They can throw at me whatever they want. There's not gonna be a chance for them to kill me. That constant absorber shield with its incredibly long duration, short cooldown, and that mobility, the high power built-in weapons dealing immense amounts of damage to the enemy is just too powerful. The mobility even on the ground is insane. I'm being lifted here, but I was stuck at the wall, so he could not lift me up. I'm finishing him off. I could use my ability here, but I'm holding on to it because I don't need to do it. And now that he looks like he's firing at me, I blocked all the damage with my shield from the battleship, and now that he fires again, I open my absorber shield perfectly timed to unload his entire salvo into my absorber, boosting the firepower of the built-in weapons higher. And you can see I could go on forever. I could go on forever with this Kestrel drone, keeping my health up. Look, I have 460,000 HP, and the only reason I'm taking damage here is because I'm stuck. I had a very, very unfortunate landing against the glitch ledge there. That glitched me in a way where I could no longer move my robot, and that is the only reason I took this much damage. Otherwise, I would have never taken this much damage before, or elsewhere. I would have been able to dodge, move around corner, and so on. Couldn't do it because of that glitch landing that sometimes happens. Phase shifting immediately as I feel damage coming in from somewhere else. Okay, then moving around the corners here, dodging, firepower with the quick mobility that the Ophion holds. And it's just nothing they can do, man. It's just nothing they can do. Full Dagon robot is number 4 on this list. Pop, 0 chance for him. There's just nothing they can do. And of course, we all know that this robot is going to get nerfed. Yeah, I already said this to you in the other video. And then maybe it will change. But right now, as of this moment, this is the number 1 most broken and forbidden setup in War Robots. Thank you all for watching. Catch you in the next video and signing off. Bye-bye.